What's going on? It's your boy DJ Clinton, the host of the Pass Rush podcast, and today I want to come at you with some comments that were made from former Colorado football player Xavier Smith, who has gone on to the transfer portal and made his mark now with Austin Peay, and just how I feel like the comments that Shadeur Sanders made on the situation could negatively impact Colorado's football team, just in their perception in the limelight. And so let's just get started. So Xavier Smith, he came out and he said, hey, I was actually getting mad, like tears coming to my eyes because, bro, you never even tried to get to know me. And that was his thoughts on Coach Prime telling him to join the transfer portal. Now, he didn't follow it up with saying like he was just destroying guys' confidence and he could have just done it with a little bit more compassion. We all know Coach Prime is real, raw, unfiltered. Some things that he might say might not come across the way that he is wanting them to be perceived, but some people are just that way, and it's coming from a place of love, just tough love, and that's not going to work for everybody, but it is who he is. You know what kind of coach you're coming to play for. So if that is what it is, and that was what was said, hey, just another comment on Coach Prime that'll eventually get passed on in a couple days, a week, whatever the case may be. However, the comments that Shadeur Sanders went on to make, I feel like negatively impacts the team because you're the leader of the team. And Shedeur comes out and says, I don't even remember him like that. To be honest, bro had to be very mid at best. To be the leader of the team, to come out and say that about a former player on the team, whether you knew him or not, you were on the same team with him for a while. As a quarterback, most quarterbacks are looked at in the limelight to say, hey, they know everything going on with the team. They know every person on the team. They've gotten to know everybody on the team. They root for everybody on the team. They get the best out of everybody on their team. That's what the world expects out of you, and that's what's going to be expected out of you at the NFL level. You're not going to be able to come in and big bro anybody in the NFL because they're not going to respect you that way. Every player that comes in that has a dad that did something great, or even in the ball boys case, a dad that was very vocal, they try to go at you even more. You're going to have players trying to hurt you at practice. You're going to have players who are jealous of you at practice. You're going to have players who don't care nothing for you on the same team that you're going to be on. And that might be the case even now in the college level, but the NFL level, everybody's good. So they really don't care. And you want to make yourself seem approachable, likable, coachable, and a face of a team. Right now, with comments like that, it's really hard for a team to look at that and say, hey, Shedeur should be the face of our team, because that's a wild card sort of statement. That's something that they look at from somebody like Antonio Brown would make, not somebody that they would look at even Lamar Jackson to make, because Lamar Jackson doesn't make comments like that. Now, everything you're going to say isn't going to be perfect, and we're not asking you to be perfect, but this didn't even need to be said. Like, you really didn't even have to comment on the guy's comment because it's not necessary. He's not on the team anymore. Y'all know what's really going on y'all team. You had a space call about it, pretty much just clearing the air about what's really going on at the team, but that's not needed. Like, it's just really not. Like, it's just not worth the time when you're getting to the place that you're trying to get to. When you go into the NFL, all of this other stuff is irrelevant. The only thing that should matter is winning a championship on your way out, getting paid a lot of money to do it, making it to the NFL, changing the Sanders name even more, and just moving on. Like, that's all that should matter, because that's where you're at in life. And the people around you know that too. Like, they know, like, hey, man, it's not even worth it, bro. Like, I mean, he talking about your dad is cool, but people gonna say worse till you at practice. Like, at practice in the NFL level, they gonna say worse. They know more about your father than most young people who own the team do, because they grew up watching your dad, or they grew up with a lot of knowledge of the game, and they're going to have worse comments to make. And it's going to get under your skin. And it's okay to just say, hey, I'm just going to turn the other cheek for this because I ain't going to mess my money up when it comes to this. The ramifications of this haven't taken place. It might not be any, but again, it's just not worth the risk, because the way it comes across is, oh man, I'm above this dude. Like, I'm above this dude, even though he played on the same team with me. I'm above this dude. And you don't want that to be looked at ever at the position that you play. If it would have been a wide receiver, a DB, a running back, even if it would have been Shilo instead of you, they would just be like, oh, okay, it's bad, but it ain't like, okay, it ain't coming from the quarterback, the face of the team. Like, you're everything. You and Travis are everything Coach Prime expects a football player to be. And because of that perception of you in the media, don't ruin it for yourself by coming out and making comments that is just not important to make. He's gone. The team should just be focused on winning, making a new name for themselves in Colorado over last year, and just moving on. Like, last year was a fluke. We lost a bunch of games. The media grilled us, whatever. I ain't worried about nothing they talking about no more. I just want to win. I want this team to win, and we gonna do that. And that's what you guys have been trying to do. But don't take any steps back and say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna go speak to this person, and I'm gonna go clear the air about this, because it's not needed. They're gonna keep coming for y'all even worse now, because they want to push your buttons. They want to see you get out of character, because that's how they get us. Especially that's how they get black quarterbacks. They want anything to say about black quarterbacks. They want you to be outraged and say, oh man, he can't handle no team, he can't handle no pressure, look how he acting on social media about something like this. Like, they're gonna spin it so much to where it could cost you some money if these comments don't stop. Like, if this is not just a one-time thing, delete it, done, you move on. Like, it can cost you some money. It can cost you a path in your future that you don't know that you even had, because the door closed now. And although there's that saying that when one door closes, another one opens, or doors won't close for you that's meant for you, yes, but you don't want to tamper with it in this way. Is pretty much how I'm going about it. You're above these comments. And Xavier Smith is above him as well, but he's a young guy, freshman in the media. They don't even understand how they're going to try to bait him. You don't even understand how they can clickbait him. It happens. We're not going to say everything that's perfect. You guys let me know in the comments down below on how you feel about this. Is Shedeur Sanders, is he making a mistake? Is this going to affect the transfer portal in any way? Can this have some ramifications that leads to something worse down the line? I mean, personally, I just feel like it was not worth it. Making this type of comment on X, Twitter, it just not worth it, because you're so much bigger than this. Everybody expects so much more from you. Everybody in your circle is expecting more from you. And it might be cool right now, but down the line looking, it's like, oh man, bro, you probably could have just passed on that, because y'all don't, if you don't know him, you already said you don't know him, you didn't really know him when he was there. How can he say something that makes you mess your money up? Like, any everyday person walking down the street can't say something to you that's gonna make you get out of character. That's how people gonna look at it now in the NFL. You gonna be walking, fan gonna be telling, oh man, you suck, right there to your face. Somebody might try it now, and they're gonna use it to try to get some money, or they're gonna use it to get you to react so they can sue you, or whatever the case may be. If they feel like you this hot-headed, they gonna use this against you in any way, shape, and form. And that's why sometimes it's best to just unplug from these apps, unplug from social media. Don't read the media. Don't let them get in your headspace. Stick to the plan. Stick to the script of winning the championship. move on, no comment on it. Even if you got to do one of them LeBron things, get up and get your bag and just walk out, that's the best course of action for these situations. But it's your boy DJ Clinton, the host of the Pass Rush Podcast. I'm out of here. See ya.
Up and I shake the room.